Please go out of crazy and welcome to stage wonderful Grant Phillips!
Good evening, everybody. My name is Grant. I'm a second-year PhD student of neuroscience up at Nine Wells Hospital. And if you don't know where that is, firstly, good for you. And secondly, it's way, way, way on the west side of Dundee, as far from main campus as is humanly possible, as if someone's told them we're all weirdos before we got here. So the lab that I work in is a really great lab, and they're a great bunch of people, and I have to say that because they're here tonight. But I do have only one thing to say about them, and that is I don't understand how it is possible that they are able to recall from memory every research paper they have ever read, like months and months ago, and they will know. You see, a research paper is basically proof that you have been working for the last year and not embezzling the money that you've been given. So, for myself, I don't know if you guys read research papers, but for myself, I need to take a page or two of notes of the key findings of a paper. And I need that stuff written down, like I don't know. It's not so much CSI as opposed to Agatha Christie. But I'll be there with my lab mates and we'll be talking and we'll laugh, we'll cry, and then someone will bring up some paper and they will go full Matrix meets CSI on that thing. They will have anatomical locations and evidence and figures and numbers down the page and bullet trajectories and those 3D holographic display things and the like. And I'm sat there in the corner with Dr. Mustard in a cerebellum with a candlestick. But hopefully we'll get there one day, hopefully. So the work I do is in the field of neuroscience, and I look primarily at brain neurons and how they respond to stress. But the one thing I've noticed about my work isn't necessarily the research or the experiments, but actually how many people mistake my profession for a medically trained neurologist. Now this is very important for what I do, that you know the difference between the two. You see, a neurologist sees patients, of which I have none, but when those patients come in, they have symptoms and they diagnose their patients and then hopefully they're able to treat them and then they send them on their merry way. Whereas for a neuroscientist, we work primarily with research and secondly, with not getting into medical school. But it's really, really surprising how many people actually confuse the two, neuroscience and neurology. There are people waiting back home who are waiting on liver transplants that I'm supposedly going to give them. Before you get all uppity, I know that the liver isn't in the brain, but that's what they say they want. Now that is either an indictment on the education system or my own inability to recognise sarcasm. But this is very true. But this inability to recognise the difference is very true of two parts of society that I've noticed, and that is my family and taxis. You see, with my family, they've been with me through my degree, they've known my struggles, they've supported me, but for some reason they've decided to cash in on my education and make me the official Google fact checker and unofficial doctor of the family for every possible symptom they can come up with. So they will call me up and I'll be like, "Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, you have, okay, pins and needles in your leg. No, that's not serious. No, because it isn't. Well, okay, have you been lying or sitting on it for a while? Yeah. And for how long is that? A while. No, that's not serious. No, it isn't. Well, if you thought it was, why didn't you go and see an actual doctor? Because you didn't want to. Well, how about you walk around for a bit and hopefully it'll go away. Okay, that's fine. Oh, Dad wants to talk to me. Okay, that's fine. Hi, Dad. How are you? Holy, what? Go to A&E, people! What is wrong with you? Come on! Yes, no, that's fine, yes. Anytime you need me. Whereas with taxi drivers, they want to fill the void of small talk on the journey, but I'm happy with the awkward silence. I'm pleased about it, but they're having none of it. So they will ask me what it is that I do, and I give them the usual spiel. I'm a PhD student of neuroscience working up at the hospital. And they will naturally respond with the question, are you seeing any patients tomorrow? Now, I admit, I could probably turn to them and correct them, but instead I decide to play along with this charade of doctors and taxi driver nurses. And then the journey proceeds to be them telling me every ailment that they've ever had, like I'm supposed to be all matron, tell me more. And this continues on to every family member they have to their second cousin once removed, who once stuck their toe badly, like I'm supposed to diagnose and treat them. And then at the end of the journey, it all rounds up with a wonderful joke by them about the state of the NHS and mental health service, because that's funny. Thank you very much for listening.